Hey everybody, so surprise, surprise, Rick and Morty just released like a little promo of Mr. Poopy Butthole and his backstory with his wife and his family. So one, happy Thanksgiving. I know everybody's wondering when season 4 is actually going to get here, so I'll try to address that at the end of this, but there are a lot of Easter eggs and references from the adventures that Rick and Morty have had throughout this. So because it's been a while since we've actually had new Rick and Morty, I'll say there's a new round of the Zen Monkey Studios merch giveaway. All you have to do to enter that is just be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. I announce winners at the end of videos. So you start out with different versions of the season 2 outro, like where he turns the TV off like he's been watching the entire season. So just confirming that he is one of the few characters that actually knows that he's inside, or these characters are inside of a TV show. Then they get to the backstory, so I love that his scrapbook is the poop in my pants, and there's actually a couple of references to the poopy butthole race that they belong to. So like you see the ultrasound of their baby in his wife's womb, who looks like a poopy butthole version of Jessica, but the baby actually has a top hat on it in the womb. So you can look at the logic however you want, but they can take those hats off, but they grow them in the womb, so they're like organic extensions of their bodies. So as a child, he went to the same high school as Morty did, but it's from a different reality. But here's where it gets a little nuts. So during the course of season 3, during the Beth episode, you see her stare at the fridge. She has a bunch of pictures of her family, but then you see this symbol on the fridge magnet where Morty is, and it's like, is that a evil Morty thing? Like, what's going on with that? And you see that it's the same symbol on the flag of Mr. Poopy Butthole's childhood high school. But in the way that they mess with your head during the Total Recall episode, making you think that Mr. Poopy Butthole has been there that whole time, which reality are we in during this episode? Because you could believe that it's from a different Earth and they just borrowed this fridge magnet when they were visiting him in a different reality. The only thing that really confirms this is a separate reality that Mr. Poopy Butthole is in is when he's actually sitting in class with his version of Jessica falling in love, and you just see the aliens sitting with them. Like, if this were Morty's reality, or any version of Morty's reality that we've seen so far, they'd be normal people. Like, they seem like they have a Cronenberg incident that maybe they later cured because they're sitting on the benches here while they're still in school. They graduate, get their GEEDs, as he says during that season 3 post-credits scene. You see the My Federation rewards. That just means that the galactic government is getting ready to take over the Earth the same way it did at the end of season 2. They have the same adventure kicking them off of the Earth that Rick and Morty had during the first episode of season 3. I love that they scrapbook a piece of Gromplamite here. Like, they literally hack a piece of it off and put it in the scrapbook. As you slowly pan up, this actually looks like it's from later in their courtship or their relationship, but they go to the same detoxifying facility that Rick and Morty went to. You can make all the theories you want about which aspects of their personalities they found toxic, because it's different for every person. But the cool thing is that as you see them just riding in the foreground, having fun together, zoom enhance and it's Jaguar jumping out of the airplane like he did during the Pickle Rick episode. Courtship in the park, singing songs to her while they're being watched in the bushes by the Vampire Master from the Tiny Rick episode. This is where it gets a little bit crazy because it's the exact same scene in front of the fountain where he's proposing to Morty from the Morty's Mind Blowers episode. So there were a lot of people after that episode that were split on what that memory meant. Half the audience thought that this was him helping Mr. Poopy Butthole with his proposal, like just doing a little dry run. The other half thought it was actually meant to be a literal thing, like he was literally proposing to Morty, who then accepted, and Rick had to erase his mind because he wanted no part in that nonsense. They get married by the Jewish rabbi from the Armageddon episode, so I guess that means either Mr. Poopy Butthole is Jewish or his wife was, and he just converted for her. They move into the apartment, which I think we can assume is the one from the season 3 post-credits scene. There are a couple apartments that you see him in. The season 2 post-credits scene apartment is a little bit smaller than the one we see him in at the end of season 3. But you just see them with their cat and dog, and then it goes into this montage of them scrapbooking their dog and cat like they're in a relationship, and it runs their full course. There's even a plumbus here in the background, but then it gets really sad. The cat gets ready to die. Everyone starts grieving, but within minutes of that, she comes in and says, "I'm pregnant." Like I said, probably the funniest thing about this is the fact that he's growing the top hat in the womb, like it's actually an organic piece of his body. The great thing about this baby shower picture is that you see that their culture is toilet-based, so the Poopy Butthole name actually has some logic to it. It's not just meant to be funny nonsense. And then most of you, even if you're not big Beyonce fans, probably remember this picture from a couple years ago when she was pregnant for the first time. She made this like special Instagram announcement, blew up the internet for a couple days, just announcing that she and Jay-Z would be having a baby. Baby's born, he closes the scrapbook, looks up, almost like he's thanking a higher power. You can take that however you want. He's just being thankful for all the things that he's had, because he was in a pretty bad place at the end of season 2. Remember, he was addicted to painkillers, he just gulped down all those pills. Even Justin Roiland made a joke about it.
Seems to be in pretty good health. I think he's off the meds. We've got a real problem, epidemic in this country with pharmaceutical addiction, so it's good to see that he's curbed that issue.
Then he just looks at his wife and son and they get ready to have their dinner together. It'll be interesting to see if they have another season 4 post-credits tag where they follow up with this family, and they just keep doing that for however many seasons Rick and Morty goes. 97 more years. But let me know in the comments, what's your favorite background detail from all this? And I know everybody wants to know when season 4 is going to drop. Nobody has released any new information about that, other than to say Dan Harmon revealed during a Harmontown that he basically had no cash on hand. He was almost broke, so he's waiting on payments from the episodes that they deliver for season 4 and also profit sharing from season 3. The deals get a little bit complex, they get a percentage of merchandise that they sell and all that kind of stuff. But it takes a long time for that to be calculated. And then also there's the process of them delivering episodes for season 4. They have to deliver scripts first. The scripts have to be approved by the network. Then they go off to animation. Most of the writers on Rick and Morty right now are on hiatus. So it seems like right now a lot of the early work on season 4 is done. But obviously there's still all the animation left to do. And that's really where you get into the big long wait. So don't look at that Mr. Poopy Butthole post-credit scene from season 4 with the white Santa Claus beard as proof that it's not going to come till next Christmas. That's just them having a little bit of fun and building themselves room for margin of error. So they don't want to say what the date is probably going to be and then miss that wildly and have fans be really upset. So they're like, okay, it's going to be a long ways away. In related news, I do have that Rick and Morty Gravity Falls Easter egg video I've just been waiting to post, so let me know if you guys want me to post that. But any other bonus videos you guys want, just let me know in the comments. Congratulations to the giveaway winner from my last Rick and Morty video, Alexis Gonzalez. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. I'll name a new winner the next time I post Rick and Morty. So you can click here for my season 4 videos, and you can click here for all my season 3 videos. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.